Hi, Aries. All right, welcome to your week ahead reading and what's the current energy, what you can expect. I hope that you guys are doing well. All right, so first and foremost, Aries, you guys got anchor. So this talks about holding it together, getting a grip over a situation or maybe even your own emotions, your feelings, getting out of this energy of feeling heavy and also getting out of feeling chained up, stuck in some type of situation, okay? Especially with this anchor energy, I feel like your emotions could have been lying to you. And I do see your cards here, so I kind of know what it's about, but we'll get to it in a second. But I feel like your emotions have been lying to you, especially negative emotions. If you were feeling angry, if you were feeling um, maybe some type of negative emotion like sadness, okay, or maybe doubt, fear, could have been making you very stubborn to act towards something. So we're going to talk about that. It feels like you're going to start being in the present moment, especially Aries, if you have been suffering in silence from some type of past disappointment, whether that's in love or if that's a family situation, maybe it's with your career or your finances, your business. So I feel like you're coming out of that self doubt that was carried on from some type of past disappointment, maybe even humiliation is what I'm hearing. Something what could have been humiliating to your ego. You're getting out of that and you're stepping into the present moment. You are getting into new emotions, positive emotions that are going to allow you to push past this past disappointment. Okay. So this week you should be feeling the moment. You should become more aware of your emotions as well, or what you need to do to move a situation forward. You're in the today and also in the now. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, we do have the King of Pentacles here, and we also have the High Priestess. So this definitely is a week where you are stepping into your power when it comes to your finances, your wealth accumulation, maybe even what you do for work, what you want to do for work, okay? And also just trying to create some type of structure around that, stepping into leadership to lead yourself into a more financially free space, or even if you're responsible for a lot of people, like your family, your children, maybe even a work dynamic, being the leader, all right? And then getting out of your emotions, because I feel like something from the past has kept you very reserved with that High Priestess. Also, something has really damaged your relationship with your intuition. You definitely could be a big dreamer. You could be someone who moves with a lot of passion. I mean, obviously, you're Aries, but I feel like this past disappointment or even something that felt humiliating to you could have really disconnected you from your intuitive process where you were afraid to trust your gut. And you are coming back to that. Okay. So this is kind of like the past chapter. You're moving into a new energy here. And I feel like also there's something here that you've been keeping really close to your chest that you really want to break out and do. All right, what's under the High Priestess? We have Hierophant. So you definitely could be getting some structure behind whatever this manifestation is. This could have something to do with what you do for work or even establishing a business. This also may require you, this next chapter may require you to take some type of training or get certified or accredited in something, or even going back to school. All right, so let's see how that is going to be changing for you this week. We do have the Eight of Swords, so I feel like you're getting out of your head. You also could be getting out of this energy where you felt like there was no way out. You are coming to some type of solution or even a way of thinking that's going to allow you to move forward. You're no longer fearing the inevitable, or you're no longer fearing the worst case scenario. You're thinking more positive or optimistic this week. You also could just not be fearful anymore. You're kind of becoming more brave or courageous, okay? Also, if you felt like someone was manipulating you to go against something that you're passionate about, you're definitely not listening to that person or not being influenced by that situation anymore. Let's talk about that. Tell me about the Eight of Swords for Aries. I feel like this week you're remembering who you are, Aries, which is a leader, an innovator, someone who's highly driven and motivated. All right. And maybe there's been a part of you, something that disappointed you that kind of made you doubt yourself. So you're getting out of that this week. No more doubting yourself. No more, being paralyzed by fear. Let's see. Yeah, we have the 10 of Wands. There was this big burden that you're holding that wasn't yours to hold. There was something that was burdening you from some type of past mishap, mistake. It's one of those situations where it's like, either you succeed or you fail, but neither one is a bad thing, because if you fail, you learn and you grow from that failure. If you succeed, then it's just confirmation that you're doing something right and you need to scale on that or keep repeating that process. I feel like you were holding a lot of responsibility. You felt very, very responsible for something. And I feel like you're shedding that, you know? Also, what I'm seeing here too with this past disappointment, you do have this energy of collaboration. So because you are in the archetype of a leader, when something fails, especially if it's a group affiliation, you feel like you're to blame. And I feel like this reading is saying that this week you're realizing that something was not all on you, but you could have been taking the blame for everything. So even if there was a problem within your family, maybe because you are the breadwinner and you are the most responsible and you are the matriarch or the patriarch, you could have felt like you were taking all the blame for something that involved a group of your family. And it's like, it's not only up to you. Okay. So it's almost like this week as well, you're not allowing other people's burdens to burden you. If someone is having a hard time on their own, not making that your problem, okay? Letting that person figure it out for themselves. There's something about dropping the burden of other people's responsibilities. And there's also this realization that if something failed, or if you were not able to execute something properly, or if you feel like you got humiliated in a situation, you could have been trying to do everything by yourself. Or maybe other people were putting their workload on you because you're the leader and you're able to execute it the best. So something is not all, like, it's not your fault. Okay. So that's what I'm getting. And maybe in that realization, this heavy feeling of feeling bogged down is going to be released, and it's going to allow you to start again. All right. This definitely has something to do with work. This definitely has something to do with collaboration. If you dealt with bad collaborators, or I don't know if bad is the right word, but like maybe not the most responsible collaborators, you're finding the right group by the end of this month. Okay. So if you are wanting to do some type of joint project, joint business, you will find the right people that are on the same page as you, that are dependable, reliable, that will work with you to make it a success. Maybe you had the wrong energies around. Maybe you're trying to do something with family or friends and that just wasn't going to work out. I also see something about your productivity. As you are no longer blaming yourself or being so harsh on yourself, your productivity is increasing this week as well. And I see you getting stuff done, and there's forward movement, there's progress. Also, too, if you have not checked your progress with something, this is a good time for you to do so. You know, write down a list and see where you were when you had that disappointment and where you are now. And if you've had progress in your finances, in the tasks that you're able to complete, and how you're showing up for yourself every day, that's a win. Okay. So there's something about acknowledging the good versus acknowledging the bad, and letting the bad be something of the past, your history, and being in the present. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. Chariot. I definitely get this energy of help coming your way as well. It's not the energy of the Six of Pentacles where someone just hands something to you. It's like the right counterpart coming into your life and helping you get something along. You know, doing their part, being reliable, being an accountability partner. So look out for that type of energy coming towards you. This could be someone who's very career focused with the Chariot. Also could be a Cancer. Could also be someone who has like a interest in cars, or there could be something about a car industry. All right, with the Chariot. But I do see that you are going to be able to move past any obstacles that come your way very easy. In the past, maybe you weren't able to do that, and you could be judging yourself from that standpoint, but you're way more resilient these days. There's something about career success, career potential that you're going to be getting into. You're really locking down some type of business or something to do with your career. And if you're able to stay positive and look forward and not look towards the past, you will see that you're going to make incredible progress with this. If not, also achieve that big goal that's been on your mind. Okay, so getting out of your head. That's what I see for you, Aries. Really good. I like to see this energy, and I wish you guys the best week possible. All right. Hi, Taurus. All right, welcome to your week ahead reading. So, what I am seeing here, your week definitely deals or surrounds some type of love connection. You have love here. This talks about unconditional love, compassion, and a genuine connection or union that you could be stepping into. And then we also have obsession here. All right. So someone could be obsessed with you. Maybe you're feeling a little obsessed with someone. This also could be obsession over what the outcome is going to be in the relationship. Okay. This feels like you could be dating someone, or maybe you're in a relationship with someone and you're looking for the next level, the next phase to unlock. So it feels like someone could be holding on really tight, clinging on. They can't let go, and their anxiety could be really bad right now surrounding the connection. It does feel like someone is stepping into a codependent type of energy. All right, bottom of the deck for you, Taurus, we have the moon. All right, so someone is very, very confused about this connection. They could be confused about how the other person feels about them. Maybe someone's not the most expressive with their emotions as one person is. There could be insecurities surrounding the connection as well. Someone could feel insecure about what's next. Okay, what is this going to lead to? Is this something serious? Is it just a fling? Are we moving towards a higher commitment? What does that mean? All right, and when the moon comes out, it really is an energy of illusions. So whoever is feeling this way could be leaning more into the what ifs versus what the reality is, and just enjoying the pace of the connection. Feels like someone has maybe like growing impatient. All right. So I do feel that. Now we do have the lovers here. Whoever this person is, they definitely are a soulmate to you. So this person definitely holds a very strong importance in your life. Also, we have the lovers as well. So the anxiety could be coming from choices. Is this person being good to me in front of my face and behind my back? Are they making decisions when I'm not around them that is to move this connection forward and not to betray the trust of this connection? All right. So there also could be a little bit of trust issues. Feels like you could be dealing with either an earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or a fire sign. All right. A Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone who embodies both counterparts at this time. It does feel like sometimes this person or you could be focused on other options. It feels that way, but that may not be the reality. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. We do have the Nine of Swords. So again, this is the anxiety that someone is feeling. Someone could be getting sick with anxiety. Okay. Just overthinking the connection as a whole. What's going on here? Tell me about the Nine of Swords. All right, we have the Tower. Feels like someone is just expecting the worst case scenario. This could be someone who has a past history of things hitting the fan, or secrets being revealed that kind of tarnish the connection, or just thinking the worst case scenario. Okay, so someone here definitely needs to be rooted in reality. Someone could be thinking the worst thing, but it's not true. That's what I'm feeling here. The Tower. Someone's like expecting some type of tower. As the love is growing and their emotions are deepening, they're expecting something to come and ruin that. All right. What else can you tell me about this? Yeah, Six of Cups is here. Someone's thinking about past connections and kind of placing it on their current connection. It's like, my ex did me dirty, so now I just expect you to do me dirty. All right. It feels like that. There's also this energy where it's kind of easy to become codependent with each other, because the Six of Cups talks about someone being your comfort person. This is someone that you get super relaxed around. This is someone, when they're around, your nervous system regulates. You know, it's a really nice nostalgic and high that you get from being around someone. So it's kind of, it makes sense why someone's a little anxious about what's going on behind the scenes. We do have the Six of Swords here as well. So one of you could be going through a transition. Now, this energy could be a little tricky. You know, it's almost like doing something before you're ready. Okay. Because the universe is actively working with this person, whoever this is, to move them into a better timeline, or to move them into a better chapter. Sometimes when you date during the Six of Swords, it's almost like jumping off the porch before you're ready. Okay. So this could be someone who may have tremendous trauma or pain or hurt from a past situation that may not have taken the time to heal that completely before jumping into someone new. And this could be, you know, supporting that anxiety. Nonetheless, too, with that Six of Swords, this is confirmation that you know, whatever you are dealing with now is a big difference from what you've been dealing with in the past, because the universe actively removes you from that past situation. So it's not the same thing. What's the Six of Swords? All right, we have Libra energy here. This is someone who is very concerned on having equal give and take in their partnership, their romantic interests, their relationship. This is someone who really values honesty and integrity. They really value what you say you're going to do, then do it, okay? This also feels like you're stepping into some type of soul contract with this person, with the Lovers card coming out, with the Love card coming out. So it feels very important. It feels like this has to work, right? So there's a lot of pressure about this working or moving into like moving forward, having progress. Also, someone has tremendous trust issues as well. Be fair, okay, with the justice. Justice is about being fair, right? So, you know, if someone has not given you a reason not to trust them, be fair. You know, do not spiral and then deem this person untrustworthy. This could also be like, do not make someone jump through hoops to prove to you that they're trustworthy. Okay. Because if that's the case, then it feels like someone may not be ready for what's next. All right. Justice can talk about contracts from the universe. It's like if you want something, if you're wanting some type of blessing or you're wanting some type of manifestation, you have to hold up your part of the contract to be able to receive it. So if you're wanting forward movement, or if this person's wanting forward movement with you, they want a deeper commitment with you. They have to be the person that can hold that deeper commitment, which means also resolving their trust concerns. Okay. So I do see that with this person. Is there anything that this person should worry about regarding their connection? Five of Pentacles. Okay. There's this energy of feeling undervalued or not feeling worthy. So, the only thing that whoever is feeling anxious about this should worry about is upping their self worth and really getting deep into self love, you know? Feeling worthy that, you know, you're that girl, you're that guy. So, this person's going to want to commit fully to you, or they're going to want to move to the next steps with you. Okay. Feels like someone could be creating an issue out of nothing, but it stems from their self-worth. Okay. Because this is someone who has been deeply undervalued in their past. It has done some wear and tear on them. So it feels like this needs to be fixed. And that's part of the journey with the Six of Swords, is like, wait a minute, there's nothing wrong with me why someone wouldn't want to commit deeper. There's nothing wrong with me why someone doesn't want to love me hard and out loud. So it's one of those situations. Other than that, I don't see anything wrong. I don't. Four of Cups, a lot of the issues stem from past rejection. And this current connection is not that. All right. So I don't know who needs to hear that, if that's you or your person. I feel like everything is fine. Someone does adore you. All right. We also have the Knight of Wands here. Be careful of impulsive decisions that are stemming from anxiety or obsession. Or if this is the person that's coming towards you, Taurus, watch out for any impulsive decisions they may make through their own anxiety or obsession. Other than that, I don't see anything wrong. This is one of those situations where you have to give it time to see how it plays out. You're not going to get some type of image of the outcome. You just have to move towards it with the best intentions, and you'll be proven wrong that it actually is going to work out, that this person's on the same page as you. This is your comfort person. It feels like you also give them that certain energy of comfort and nostalgia as well. And it's also about being fair, justice. Okay. All right. Hi, Gemini. All right. This is your reading for your week ahead. Now, Gemini, this. Okay, so let me just show you the cards, right? We have call, which is hearing from someone, having a conversation with someone, talking or unblocking someone. It definitely feels like someone that you have an emotional bond to. And we also have sneaky. All right, this talks about fake profile, hiding from you, maybe even trying to hide their feelings from you, things happening behind the scenes, or even social media. All right. And let me show you what was on the bottom of this deck. We have observing. So someone's definitely watching you before they reach out and speak to you. All right. This feels like someone you have an emotional bond to. So this could be a friend, family member, a lover, or love interest. On the bottom of this deck, we have the Five of Cups. This could be someone that disappointed you, or they feel deeply disappointed by you. So either or, it also could be a mutual feeling that you guys both share. But at the same breath, this person definitely is watching you. Page of Swords, okay? Definitely could be watching you. Now, I feel like, there's nothing to find. As this person is watching you, you could be really making really positive decisions with the lovers, good choices for yourself this week. Also feels like you are heavily concentrated or focused on some type of goal. You also could be working really hard. You could be stacking your bread as well. So it doesn't feel like there's anything incriminating or embarrassing for this person to find when they are tuned into your energy. Now, we do have the Four of Pentacles here. So this is someone who could be a little possessive over you or even obsessed with you at this time. This also could be someone who could be holding some type of grudge in a situation between you two. All right. Let's see what's going on. Tell me about this person. Who is this person tuned into Gemini during this time? Who is this person? All right, Five of Pentacles, someone who feels left out in the cold. They may feel like you gave them a cold shoulder, or you feel this way about them. This could be someone who felt undervalued by you, or that's how you feel. Someone who feels alienated. Okay, but look at that eye, definitely watching you. They are watching you, watching you, watching you heavily. All right. We also have the Magician here as well. I feel like this person is used to getting what they want. Okay. So if they feel like the outcome they got with you is not usually like not in their best interest or not what they were aiming for, they could be feeling a little spited by that. This also gives the energy of manipulation. So this person could feel heavily about you. They could feel like they still want you. They want to connect to you. They want to talk to you. They could feel obsessed with you, but it feels like they're playing, they're wearing a mask to the masses. So, their closest friends may not think that. Their family may not think that. They could be lying to themselves with that Magician energy. Okay. Tell me about this Four of Pentacles energy towards Gemini this week. The Tower. Okay. So something's going to hit the fan, not in a bad way. It's more like a reality check that this person could be having. This could be coming during a time where they're thinking about you heavily, heavily, heavily. There could be sadness that's finally hitting them. This is like someone suppressing their emotions for a long time, and it finally pops up to surface. And it's like, oh, I've been kind of like acting like I don't care, but I care deeply with the moon. There's also some insecurities that could be popping up to surface. All right, this person feels very confused about something, especially if you guys have not been speaking, and they want to get to the bottom of it. So I feel like this is how this person's going to reach out to you. You may not expect to hear from this person, but they are going to reach out to you. They could be sending you a text or giving you a call. Yeah, and it's coming because they're in their head, all right? They're in their head about where the situation left off. They could be in their head about you. So it feels like this person just can't hold back anymore and they're going to reach out. We do have the Two of Swords. So this person kind of feels stuck in the middle of some type of decision that they need to make. It's almost like they're thinking of it as a damn if I do, damn if I don't. They could be thinking, if I do reach out, then I lost between me and Gemini. If I don't reach out, then I'll never know, or I'll just be anxious as hell. Okay, so Two of Swords. Two of Swords also could be like other people influencing you. So it could be like their friends, could be their family, someone close to them that's influencing them against you or telling them things that are not necessarily true. What's the Two of Swords? This also could be an energy where someone feels stuck in the middle between you and someone else, and it could be a little awkward for them. What's the Two of Swords? All right, we have the King of Swords, okay? Now, even though this person is not ready to make a decision, or they're a little confused, or they're afraid to make their own decision, they are strategizing behind the scenes, okay? King of Swords is here. And I even feel like when this person reaches out, they're going to act very detached, but we obviously know that's not the case. This person has been very stuck without you, okay? I'm seeing Hangman as well. It's like this person's trying to act unbothered because I don't know if you guys can see, but right there is a dragonfly. You ever had a dragonfly come next to you and it's like almost taunting you? It like buzzes right here and then it levels itself right here and then goes right here and then it flies off. Something is bugging this person about you, like wanting to speak, wanting you to reach out. Okay, something is bugging them, but they're going to try to act very unbothered. Yeah, Six of Cups. This person really wants to reconnect with you. All right. You could be this person's comfort person, or when you guys were in talking spaces, you gave them a lot of comfort or nostalgia. You also could have really fed their inner child in some way, but I feel like this person really wants to reconnect for sure. This also could be, if you're a parent, this could also be a co parenting situation as well. All right. So I'm also seeing that this person really wants to attract some type of new emotional situation or fresh start with you. Ace of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Okay, what can you expect? Two of Cups. There's something that still links you and this person together emotionally. It's a strong emotional bond. You guys both do care about each other, okay? But I feel like you have been really thriving in your independence. So there's no rush on your part to move towards connection. All right. You could just be taking things slow. You're really enjoying your independence. You also feel like you have gained a lot of wisdom or maturity or growth. So if this person does not match that maturity, it's kind of like, you're not in a rush for it, whatever it may mean. Okay. But I do feel like this person has deep feelings for you. They're going to try to play it cool. All right. That's what I'm seeing for you this week, Gem. Hi, Cancer. This is your week ahead reading. All right, so first card coming out for you is kind of interesting. We have Ravenous here. Okay, this talks about uncontrollable desires, appetite for sex, insatiable, and hunger for pleasure. Okay, so other than the grown up activities that you could be getting into this week, and that's your own business, I'm not here to really talk about that. But I do feel like there's something that you're not going to be able to hold back from anymore. It has something to do with something that you're deeply passionate about, something that you desire, that you crave. And I feel like you've been trying to hold on to a certain path or situation, like maybe out of respect, okay? Or you were doing this out of like maybe trying to show loyalty, but then you could have realized that you weren't being loyal to yourself. And this could also be like career wise. This could be like, maybe in certain social settings. It feels like you're going to make a surprise detour. Okay. So we have surprise here. Talks about some type of unexpected action that could be coming towards you or that you're taking for yourself, acting more spontaneous, showing up, or unexpected change. Also get this energy of someone who's going to be shocked that you show up somewhere. Maybe you're getting an invitation that you were just not sure if you were going to attend because you may have felt like it wasn't really on the path that you were trying to create for yourself, or you felt like it was so out of what's expected of you, and you're showing up. And this could be really good for you to get some type of wish fulfillment. Okay. So, bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Cups, and we also have the Four of Swords. You've been meditating or just reflecting on what truly makes you happy, what makes you smile from ear to ear, what makes you feel fulfilled. And you could be coming to a conclusion that where you're currently at in your career, maybe even financially, maybe in your friend groups, maybe even in a romantic connection, just does not deeply satisfy you the way that you know it should. All right. So I feel like you're having some type of switch up here where you are going to be trying something new, the Fool. You're trying something new, something that you could be trying for the first time. If you're dating Cancer, you're definitely dating outside of your type, and that could be going very well for you. Okay. Or this could be a Cancer who tried to date out of their type and it just wasn't, like, maybe a lot of people were telling you, you need to date this type of person. You need to do this. You try to do that and it's just not hitting. So you're like, let me go back to what I know. All right. But there definitely is a self removal here that you're going to be completing this week. You felt very discontent with your current state or your current position, your current role, maybe certain things that you were doing to satisfy others. And I feel like the universe has been knowing this for some time. They knew that you were not being authentic about something, okay? Because you see that eye there? It's kind of like, when are you going to realize that this isn't for you? All right, so there definitely is a change here. You're walking away from something that you just don't feel emotionally tied to or you don't feel fulfilled by. All right, Eight of Cups. Let's clarify that and see what this is about. Tell me about the Eight of Cups for my Cancers. You're looking for something that sparks your soul in a very strong way, okay? So I do see you going after that. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. It's like you've been trying to walk a straight and narrow. Maybe like because you know people are watching you, maybe because you felt judgment from others, you were just trying to conform, but it's not for you and it feels inauthentic and it feels deeply dissatisfying. So you're finally making that switch up this week. Tell me about the Eight of Cups for Cancer. Yeah, justice is here. Okay. You could be walking away from an unfair situation, something that you, somewhere where you weren't treated fairly. Also could be if you felt like you were giving a lot and receiving little, unbalanced connections or situations. Also, justice also could be like law breaking. Okay. So I don't know if there's something to do with the law or if you feel like, you know, universal law, what was expected of you, you just kind of feel like that's not my burden to carry. I want to live my life in the most fulfilling way possible. So you could be stepping outside of the box or coloring outside of the lines type of energy. It's like this sudden realization that you're having this week. What else is here for Cancer? Like you've been doing life wrong because this is not making me happy. So I need to do something that makes me happy. Tell me about this. All right, Queen of Cups, definitely the Queen of Cups energy. Going towards an energy where you feel more receptive because I felt like you were kind of shutting down in a situation because you just didn't feel fulfilled. You weren't interested in it. So instead of trying to fake the funk, you're going towards where you can just be yourself. You could be going towards something that allows you to have more creative control with that Queen of Cups or express yourself much more authentically, more creatively. What else do I want to say with that Queen of Cups here? You're going towards something that you desire deeply and that is deeply fulfilling for you, something that pleases you better. All right. That also could be sexually, since that energy did come out. You could be going towards the option that pleases you better. It's like you were trying, it's almost like a faking the funk energy. Like you were trying to hold on good faith type of energy, not bouncing when something was not fulfilling you. But that just makes a very unhappy Cancer. All right. So you're moving forward from that. What else do you want to tell me about this? And it's also a situation where it wasn't fair or wasn't structured to begin with. So you shouldn't feel bad about walking away. Yeah, I feel like you're doing this in like you've been in good faith, right? You're walking away not infamously, not tearing anything down, not in a place where you weren't giving. You're walking away like I did the best that I can. I gave a great effort, but now I need to go towards something more fulfilling for me. I want to live this life happy. I want to be pleased. I want to be in a good energy. I want to be able to express myself. I want to be able to feel pleasure. Okay. So I feel like you did all that you could do, but you just no longer can fake the funk anymore. We do have the Seven of Cups here. So you could be exploring new options towards whatever the situation is this week. You also could be moving towards wish fulfillment, not just sticking with something just because, there's definitely a rewriting of some type of contract. All right. You could be getting out of some type of contract. Seven of Cups. Tell me about the Seven of Cups here. This is like, if you're going through a divorce and a person that you were married to just didn't spark your soul, it's like, don't feel bad about walking away. Don't let anyone make you feel bad about walking away or not fighting for this marriage that was already dead. It's one of those situations, something that you were committed to deeply, but it just wasn't good for you. It wasn't making you happy. Same about the Seven of Cups. Yeah, Six of Cups. Whatever this wish fulfillment is, it's deeply nostalgic. It's something that you have experienced before. And it could have been a time where you were the happiest in your life. So you're going back to that, going back to what you know, no longer trying to conform based off of what people, try to give you as advice. You're following your own advice, your own intuition here with the Six of Cups. You could be dating someone from your past, like, okay, maybe it didn't work out. Maybe it was the wrong timing, but now it feels good. This feels like a good choice or decision. Four of Pentacles as well. There could be some grudges held against you for doing this. All right. So, again, with the same example, if you decided to go through a divorce, maybe people from your family could be holding a grudge because of this, or if you decide to walk away from an industry, a career, or a business to start something new, start something that really makes your soul spark. There could be some grudges here with the Four of Pentacles. What is Cancer's advice with that? Also see this energy of like someone not wanting to let you go or a situation really holding on to you for dear life. All right. So there could be some push and pull with that energy. Well, what is Cancer's advice when it comes to the Four of Pentacles? High Priestess, definitely keep things private this week. If you're going to make a switch, I wouldn't share this with anyone. Just kind of keep it to yourself, move in silence. Also, continue to follow your intuition because sometimes emotionally, people can manipulate or gaslight to make you stay in a situation that's unfavorable for you. So, trusting your gut, moving with your intuition, you don't really need to follow too much logic at this time. I feel like logic is the reason why you could have been deeply unfulfilled trying to do the logical route, the overly realistic route. If you need to follow that intuitive drive a little bit more, then go for it. And nobody needs to know your business, okay? High Priestess. So that's what I have for you for this week, Cancer. Hi, Leo. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about your week ahead. We do have your first card here being Muse. All right, so I do feel like this week you're going to be deeply inspired by someone or something that allows you to, I don't know, think outside the box. This also could be an energy of like pushing you or motivating you to get something done or to manifest something into your life, manifest something new and improved. Now, also, this card talks about music. You could be getting a lot of messages through music. So, make sure that you're playing that playlist this week because you could be getting a message from your angels that's just for you. Also, someone could feel inspired by you as well. So you could be a big inspiration for others this week. And yeah, we have Muse here. We also have Fired Up. So something is definitely raging you. Okay. Something could be rage baiting you as well. All right. So this talks about fuming with rage, something that could feel overwhelming. There could be an explosion of emotions this week, and you could be very angry about something. Now, even though this card is not really favorable and it just feels like, okay, what now? This anger is going to push you to get out of a situation that you're not happy with, okay? Or to move past a chapter in your life that you're just kind of fed up with. So, fired up. Bottom of the deck we have for you, Leo, is the Four of Cups. So this is the card of boredom. So this week there could be like a very, very quiet time for you, calmness, but maybe feeling a little bored with your life, even though it's a lot of calmness. And then you have this rage that comes that kind of fires you up and gets you very motivated to get things going. So I will say, even though that moment of rage, again, will possibly not be the most favorable, it does allow for some more spontaneity and adventure to come into your life very soon. Also, with the Four of Cups, this is you feeling just not fulfilled in some type of area of your life. And so this could be prompting you to make changes that are necessary so that you can be fulfilled, so you can be happy, so that you feel like your life is really, living it up to what it's supposed to be doing. We also have the Page of Cups here and the Ace of Wands. Definitely sensitive this week. Okay, something is making you very sensitive with the Page of Cups. But we also have the Ace of Wands, so it's also giving you some type of motivation, some type of driving factor to get things into the position that you desire. All right, let's talk about that. First card we have here is a Two of Wands. So again, you have a lot of cards about not feeling fulfilled where you're currently at. And this card is no different from that. This is the card where you picture your life being something more. Okay. It's like you have your yard with your grass, you're looking over the fence to the other side, and you're like, dang, that side looks really good. That side is what I deserve. That side is what I want. Okay. So there's something here prompting you, like letting you know if you're sitting in this energy of unfulfillment, you do deserve more, but you have to come up with some type of plan or strategy to be able to get that. Okay. So let's see what that could be for you this week. It's about like not sitting in it, kind of like what the Four of Cups is about, sitting almost in your sorrow, feeling sad for yourself, but not really taking action. This week, you're going to be starting to take action by strategizing or planning something out. And then you'll use that blueprint or that plan to get what you want, okay? Because you are meant for more, is what I'm seeing here. In whatever category that is, whether that's financially, career, in your family, in your friendships, or even in love, you are meant for more. Even if this is about adventure, because Four of Cups is like feeling very bored. So if you're looking for more adventure, more hobbies, more interest, something is really going to be lighting that fire up under your butt to get you going so that you can have that. Tell me about the Two of Wands for Leo. What is this for Leo this week? All right, Five of Swords. Five of Swords could be having an argument. So there could be an argument this week where someone hits below the belt. You could find that very disrespectful and you're not tolerating it anymore. Okay, so this could be prompting you to move away from that situation or that person. Five of Swords also is the energy of competition. And if, say, this is in your career, there could be someone who there could be like a new job posting that everybody wants, and you know that you're the best fit for that posting, for that offer, but there's someone who's underqualified who ends up getting it. This could really be, not sitting right with you to where it makes you make a change about maybe the department that you're in, the role that you're in, the industry that you're in, or even the company. All right. So there's something here that could feel a little unfair. And it could be how someone's speaking to you, Five of Swords. It also could be someone like poking the bear, Five of Swords. Okay. So definitely a very triggering situation that could be happening where you're like, I deserve better. And why don't I have better? And how do I get to better? All right. Because I see that you're very, very disciplined. You do the right thing for the most part. You could also be like a master at something. So this also could be with regarding your finances. This could be regarding a relationship or even like your career. Feels like you're a master, but you keep getting played with as if you're a novice or a beginner. Let's see what else is here. Something could be stopping your growth as well, like you're meant for bigger rooms, elevation. So you're like, okay, I can't settle for this. It feels like you're not settling for something anymore. What's a two of wands? Yeah, death card. Okay. Something definitely changes within you after this rage moment. Whatever angers you this week, whatever triggers you this week, it definitely changes something in you where you can never go back. You can never just sit in the situation the same way that you were doing before. You can never just take it on the chin like you've been doing before, okay? There's a certain evolution. There's some type of rebirth of you awakening, your self-worth and realizing who you are. That's going to prompt you to have change. And death card could also be an ending. So this could be stamping an ending of something that was deeply unfulfilling for you for a long time. What is this about for Leo? Leo, you are a fixed sign, and all the Leos in my life hate when I say this, but it's the truth. You are a fixed sign. So fixed energy is deeply loyal, and I feel like to a fault because a lot of times the Leos I know are very loyal and they don't get that loyalty back, that respect back. It also is the energy of fixating on things for a long time and having a really hard time pivoting. Okay. I feel like this is your pivot moment, and unfortunately it comes out during a very like triggering energy, but it feels like it needed to get to that level for you to make that move. All right, so the universe has very interesting ways of getting you to move towards what you deserve. Let's see what else is here. What is this about? The two of wands, the five of swords. What is this about? This is telling you to take your loyalty to something more deserving. All right, journey. So you're about to start a new journey. You're moving to the next destination here and you're leaving something behind. That's what I'm seeing here. Feels like you've been dealing with dishonesty or you've been dealing with a situation that's been trying to keep you in prison, keep you stuck, okay, from elevating, from growing, giving you what you deserve so that you can move forward. So something is prompting you this week where it's like, I'm not tolerating that anymore. And there's a no tolerance policy for you this week, Leo. You have the King of Swords, so you're not playing. All right. There's also an energy of total detachment and disengaging with this energy. So just feeling detached, not feeling emotionally connected, definitely really understanding how unfulfilled you have been. And King of Swords is also strategizing, so coming up with that plan, and you're going to be very strategic of how to get out of this situation and move on to bigger and better. Tell me about the King of Swords. All right, we have the Knight of Cups. I see that you're going to be deeply supported going towards what's next, okay? If this is a love situation, you have new love coming towards you, someone who's going to pursue you. We'll talk about that if this is a love situation. If you are moving forward in your career or financially, maybe you're moving out of a community, maybe you're changing your social circle, you will be deeply supported with the Knight of Cups. It's like whatever this is that you wants you back, okay? Knight of Cups. What else is here? All right, we also have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so definitely moving towards where you feel more worthy, especially with the 10 of Pentacles here. There's something here who sees you as the ultimate value and will invest or commit the same way that you're looking to commit elsewhere. All right. Also, 10 of Pentacles could be like your end goal. So there's a shift in what you thought your end goal was going to be and wanting more or bigger than that, okay? This gives like retirement energy where you're going to retire. This gives like maybe a financial situation, redirecting your finances, moving money. Okay, moving money. I see with the 10 of Pentacles. All right, there's something about your legacy, maybe what you are meant to do and leave behind on this lifetime. You could be redirecting that energy. Definitely strategizing some type of long-term goals, something you've been sitting on for a while, something that you've been sitting on for a long time. And you haven't made a decision until you got ultimately fed up. All right, so you're going to be making a decision. Definitely are weighing your options. We have court official here, but you're going to not take the option that has been putting you in these gloomy thoughts. Whatever has really maybe disrespected you, hurt you to your core, you're moving away from, you're making that final decision finally. Okay. So court official is here. Definitely redirecting your energy to where you're going to be more respected or where you have more loyalty or even where you will have more investment, like, places, people, situations, corporations that really show you what your worth is. Okay. Any advice for my Leos this week? 10 of Cups, okay? 10 of Cups is following where you feel like you're going to be happier. Go to where you feel like you're going to be happier. Career wise, if you're in a situation that's deeply unfulfilling, maybe it's time to make that jump or that pivot and go towards what is going to fulfill you. Okay. Sometimes we're so concerned about the money, and I understand why. Like, logically, you have to pay your bills. But also, I know how the universe can work in mysterious ways. And it's sometimes where you just make that pivot, you're going to be supported financially either way. Okay. There's been times where I've been harassed at the job. And I was like, this is what pays my bills and I make good money here. But then I made a pivot and I was able to support myself even more than what I thought when I was scared to make that jump. All right. So it could be something like that. Or if it's something that you've been invested in for a long time, like a connection, maybe it's time to make your jump where you're going to be more supported and something is more fulfilling for you. You shouldn't be spending your days feeling like this isn't for me or feeling deeply unsatisfied. Okay. There's much more to life than that. All right. So I'm going to leave it there for you. Hi, Virgo. All right. Let's talk about your week ahead. All right. This week, it feels like there could be someone here who is like thinking about you a lot. It feels like someone that there has been some wrongdoings. It feels like this is someone that may owe you an apology or they need to right their wrongs, okay? Or they feel this way about you. But for the most part, I feel like this person feels trapped. All right. So they could feel stuck in this situation. They feel locked down, maybe by the connection or what transpired. They could be in a mental prison. So they could be having negative thoughts, negative feelings. They could be having anxiety. They could be overthinking things. And this person feels captive in their thoughts about you. We also have memories here. So this person could be doing a lot of reminiscing. They could be dwelling on the situation. They're thinking back to the good times that you guys had, and they could be looking back, thinking about you. They definitely are looking back to the past history that you guys have had together, or this is you. All right. Now, what else do we have here? Do we have anything else? Yeah. So we have justice. All right. There could be a legal situation between you and this person. This person could be doing some type of court visit. They could have had like jury duty, or maybe they had a case, or maybe this person has probation. Or what else could I say with the court visit? Tickets. Okay. Now this is someone that you could have had a divorce with as well, that you were previously married to. But with the justice card, like I said, it feels like someone who owes you an apology or owes you something, like they took something from you. Maybe they took the best years of your life. Okay. Maybe they took money. Maybe this person took your time. Maybe this person took you for granted. So it feels like this person owes you more than an apology, just making things right. And this person could be trapped in their memories about you right now. A lot of the nostalgia could be replaying over and over and over in their head. Or maybe you are thinking about this person, but you don't necessarily have the best, you don't really think the best about them, but you could be thinking about the past. The past could be coming to surface this week. All right. Also, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Okay. So someone could be thinking about having a fresh start with you. They could be thinking about reconnecting, recommitting with the Ace of Pentacles. They could be thinking about having some type of fresh start in this emotional bond that you guys once had. These are all thoughts, right? I don't know if this person's actually going to come towards you this week, but it feels like they're thinking about you heavily, 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 heavily. All right. So, first card we have here is a Seven of Cups. Again, this is a lot of fantasizing about you. This could be someone obsessing over you a little bit. This person could be dreaming about you. You could be in this person's dreams. Okay. They could be feeling like they took you for granted, or maybe you feel this way towards them, because with the Seven of Cups, that lets me know that this person definitely has a lot of options, or they had a lot of options in the past. Maybe they're a little bit of a playboy or a playgirl. They definitely feel like they missed out on an opportunity with that Seven of Cups. All right, tell me about this person. Who's this person for Virgo? Who is this? I'm seeing the Ten of Swords. So whatever ending you and this person had was very devastating on both parties. And it could have been a situation where it's like we could never get back to what we used to be. All right. So it feels like something that's definitely dead and gone. Tell me about the Seven of Cups. Who is this person? All right, we have the Page of Pentacles here. All right, this person could be a current student. They could be learning something new or investing into some type of new skill. This is someone who could also be have a fear of commitment with the Page of Pentacles being here. I don't know what that stems from. This could be someone who did not really grow up in a household where they saw their parents committed. They always ran from commitment, that type of energy with the Page of Pentacles. For you, it feels like this is someone that's risky to even talk to or to be around again. Okay, something feels very risky. This gives gambler energy. So someone could actually be a gambler. They really like to gamble. Or it feels like, this person has a hard time taking things seriously. So it's like, is it worth my time even reconnecting? Page of Pentacles. All right. Tell me about this person with the Seven of Cups and how they feel about Virgo this week. All right, Two of Wands, definitely feeling like they missed an opportunity with you. Definitely feeling like the grass was greener with you. If this person is dating someone new or friends with someone new or connecting with other people, they definitely feel like you were the better option and no one compares to you. All right, Two of Wands. This person wants to plan how to get that back, okay? I definitely feel like this person lost out on a situation with you because of competition, which could have been other people involved, or maybe this person was always in competition with you. We also have the Seven of Swords. So this person kind of played dirty. They could have been untrustworthy. They could have been a cheater, a liar, manipulator. Okay. It felt like this person always had some type of ulterior motive at hand. All right. So, and I do feel like you felt defeated by this person. So, say you were married to this person and you guys ultimately had to get a divorce. That could have been a big defeat in your life that took a lot out of you, and it was really hard for you to come back from. Like maybe mentally, emotionally, financially. So there is like a lot of bad blood with this person. Overall. Now we do have the Four of Pentacles here. So this person is definitely holding on to you. They feel very possessive over you or who you're connecting with, what you're getting into these days. There also could be a grudge that's being held between you and them, whether you're holding a grudge against them or there's some grudges mutually that you guys have towards each other. What's the Four of Pentacles here? This person also could have been very selfish in the past as well. You could feel like they were very selfish towards you, or you just seen a lot of their selfish ways with people. What's the Four of Pentacles? All right, we have the Five of Wands. Very conflicted. This is someone who knows that they need to let this go and move on with their life, but they're having a hard time doing that. And I feel like this person really thrives in some type of competition energy. So if they see that you're dating someone new, you're engaged to someone new, married to someone new, that rouses them up to want to have this second chance, okay? Five of Wands. Kind of petty. All right, what else can you tell me about this? The Star, really trying to hold on to some type of healing moment that they feel like you guys could have, or even trying to rejuvenate the connection. Okay, the Star. Also, too, holding on to some type of health concern. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe when you and this person were close, you or them dealt with some type of health concern. And it's like this person feels okay. I don't know how to explain this. Um, what should I say? So say like, like when you were dealing with this person, or should I use you or should I use someone else? Like say like a aunt that they met through you ended up getting diagnosed with cancer and they were there for that, okay? It's like they're still holding on to that, even though that situation could be resolved or it's in the past. They're holding on to the time that they were there at your aunt's bedside with you. And they're holding on to that as if like no one knows you that well because I was there with you. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know how to explain it. Or let's say something else. Say like let's talk about, okay, when that was happening with everyone and maybe got it, you guys were quarantining together and then you got it and then they were there for you and they saw that you were so sick and then y'all went through that together. They're still holding on to that. Like they tell people about this, they speak about whatever they gave during that time, they talk about how they were there for you. It's weird. Okay. So that's what I'm getting with that. It's kind of weird. Like that's their association to maybe how deeply they cared for you. Now it's interesting that this person could be bringing that up because it's like if you had such a strong bond with Virgo, why can't you bring up how great you loved Virgo, or the things that you accomplished with Virgo? Why just take maybe a health concern and make that your narrative? That's weird. Okay. I don't know. Is that weird to you? That's kind of weird to me. It's kind of like you're trying to like manipulate whoever's listening to you. But also, someone is really trying to hold on to some type of healing moment that they feel like you guys should have in this day and time. All right. So, whatever. Okay. Let's see. What's your advice this week if this situation is coming up for you? What's your advice? Actually, what's this person's next actions towards Virgo this week? What are their next actions towards Virgo? All right. And then what is Virgo's advice? All right. Okay. So we have the Six of Cups as their next action. So they definitely could just be thinking about reconnecting. This doesn't really give actions, it's a thought of wanting to reconcile. Okay. And your advice is the Eight of Swords, definitely do not allow this person or the situation to keep you stuck. Do not self sabotage your growth or what's new in your life. I don't feel like this is a positive person, especially with that Seven of Swords. They could be reminiscing about the good times, but you don't ever forget the bad times and keep it pushing with your life. Okay. So that's your advice here. All right, Virgo, that's what I have for you. Hi, Libra. All right, let's talk about your week ahead and what you can expect. You do have dating here. All right, so this talks about dating sites. You could be getting on a dating site, or maybe you're getting some notifications from that dating site going out on a date. You could be hooking up with someone. You could be seeing someone, or there could even be a one night stand coming up for you. Okay, so look out for that. We also have union. All right, so you could be going through some type of reconciliation. Someone is coming back, making it work, and there's a second chance happening. Hmm. All right, so you and someone definitely have had some type of outs or have not been connecting or speaking or collaborating the best at this time. It feels like it could have been, with this being on the bottom of the deck, it feels like it could have been something of the ego. All right, so someone could be acting very arrogantly. Maybe someone has too much pride right now to face you or for you to face them. Someone could be a little stubborn or holding back, but it feels like you guys could be coming back into union this week. All right, so let's see what's on the bottom of the deck here. We have the devil. Okay. Wow. All right, so you and this person have a very intense connection. Very, very intense. Okay. There also could be some level of toxicity that happened between you and this person, or maybe when you guys get together, there could be some intense, like, what do you call that? Interests that you guys could get into. So this could talk about like partying or drinking or, maybe arguing and then making up. Okay. So there's intense energy here. There's also a level of obsession that could have happened between you and this person or deep infatuation with each other. And the devil also talks about sex. Okay. So sex could be something that's really highlighted between you and this person. But when you guys get into maybe the emotions of things or talking about commitment, there could be a lot of issues with that. Okay. And someone's ego is kind of like hurt pertaining to maybe the devil's energy. We also have the high priestess. So someone has been playing it really coy with you, or you're doing this towards them. There's an energy of holding back. There's an energy that feels kind of secretive between you two. Like you guys could be hiding something from each other, or even hiding your feelings from each other at this time. There's an energy of like, I'm not reaching out first. Okay. So high priestess is here. And we also have the 10 of swords. So maybe the last time you and this person spoke, and if that was the end, it could have been very devastating, or someone or you could be going through a really tough time. And that could also be triggering maybe the fallout between you and them. But it feels like you guys are going to be reconnecting this week. All right. So first and foremost, we have the Queen of Swords here. Whoever the feminine is, there definitely is a bad taste in her mouth pertaining to this connection. So let's see why. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Someone also could be very strategic about how they're going to move forward. They may feel like they had to have their defenses on with that sword. So let's see why. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. All right, Six of Wands, something to do with their ego. All right, so if you're feminine watching, definitely someone rubbed your ego the wrong way. There's something about respect or recognition or confidence. I don't know, something could have happened that really diminished this person's confidence in the connection. Like when you're in a connection, you want to have ultimate confidence that everything's good in front of your face and behind the scenes. And so maybe something happened where someone feels like behind the scenes, I kind of feel insecure about what's going on, or I feel like something betrayed my trust that made me look a certain way, that brought the wrong attention towards me. Okay. So Six of Wands is here. Someone's like, wait a minute, you're kind of messing up my reputation, or you're messing up my ego. Like, I want to feel confident in this connection. Something could have happened where I don't feel confident. All right. So Six of Wands, what is that about? Tell me more about this. Like something really triggered how someone feels like they look to the masses, to the family, to their friends. Something kind of like really, I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. All right, we have the Page of Wands. Yeah, it's one of those things where someone feels like, I don't really feel too confident in this connection. And that's a no no for me. I don't want to feel insecure. I don't want to feel, you know, embarrassed. I don't want to feel like I don't know what's going on. Okay, so there's someone here who's very confident. They have a very healthy ego, and something transpired between you and them that really made this person feel like they shouldn't be too confident about you or this connection, or this is how you feel about this person, Libra. All right, what else can you tell me here? Yeah, again, it has something to do with respect. So maybe someone felt disrespected in the connection. It has something to do with like recognition and being recognized for the wrong things, or getting the wrong amount of attention, for the wrong reasons. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but someone feels rubbed the wrong way about that. Now, we do have temperance here. So it feels like whoever this is, they have gotten some type of balance lately. They are in a place of feeling very meditative. They're in that temperance energy of like feeling like, they're in their equilibrium. If this person was doing too much with that devil, they definitely pulled back from that, which allows them to be in a better headspace. If they weren't doing enough and not expressing themselves enough, they're starting to do more of that, which kind of puts them into balance. Okay. So something has definitely made this person feel more confident much lately. Like this is, for example, not doing enough. Like if someone's not posting on social media enough, if someone's not going out enough, if someone's not socializing enough, then that can make someone very insecure in their own connection if their person is doing that. So it's like, okay, let me pull back, let me focus on self. Now I'm doing that. Now I feel like, okay, I'm maybe ready to have that conversation. Or if someone was doing too much. Okay. It feels like this person pulled back and now they're in the right headspace. All right. So temperance. Temperance is here. I also feel like one of you has been very, very patient about the other one reaching out or coming towards them. Clarify temperance. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius or someone who has Sagittarius placements. All right, we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah. So there was a feminine who was feeling really like, bitter about a situation. And now they're feeling a little bit more receptive or open to this energy because they found balance recently. All right. So this person needed some balance. What else is here? And we have the Ace of Pentacles. It also feels like you and this person could be preparing for some type of union, which is a deeper commitment. So if you guys weren't speaking, this could be like a small level of commitment where we're committed to speaking to each other every day, every week. If you guys haven't been going on dates, this is like we're committing to going on weekend dates, okay? If you guys are committing to just spending more time together. Okay. So there's some type of commitment here where it's like, I had to go back into my own space. I had to get really grounded. And now that I am, I feel like I'm more open to seeing what this could be. And I'm committing to that. And there's more consistency between you two. All right. But I definitely feel like there's a feminine here who is feeling kind of like off. All right. So that's what I'm seeing. Anything else? Yeah, Two of Pentacles. It's all about balance as well. With that devil energy that came out, this could be like total obsession with each other, where it's like we're kind of codependent or we're spending all our time with each other. I'm really deeply infatuated with you. I need to be infatuated with myself. So it feels like whoever this was, the more feminine energy just needed to find balance. Two of Pentacles. They need to be able to prioritize themselves and then the connection later, okay? And that makes for a healthier connection. So I do see that you guys are getting back on the right footing this week after someone has been able to ground themselves and maybe even get on top of the priorities that were at hand, okay? That they could have been neglecting with that devil energy. What's your advice? Give me some advice for my. Yeah, look, the devil wants to come out. Okay. Someone was just overindulging. Give me some advice for Libra. Three of Cups, have a ball. When you see this person again, when you get that call or that text to hang out, have a motherfucking ball. Okay. Have a good time. Really lean into having fun with this person. Keep things lighthearted and fun. Okay. Three of Cups does talk about that. Three of Cups is reunion. But the reunion or reconciliation should be lighthearted and fun. Do not bring deep topics into the conversation. Maybe save that for later. All right. Because someone is going to be more consistent. So you will be able to have that conversation at a later time. Keep things positive, fun, bond with this person, let your hair down. Okay. And just have a blast. That is your advice. All right. That's what I have for you, Libra. Hi, Scorpio. All right, let's talk about your week ahead and what you can expect. Your first card here is heartstrings. Okay. Heartstrings talks about stringing along, getting pregnant. Okay. I've been noticing a lot of Scorpios are getting pregnant. So there's a very fertile energy around Scorpios right now. Doesn't matter if you're a feminine or masculine, there is a strong energy right now for Scorpios and pregnancy or welcoming a new life. So, get into that. We also have entrapment here, playing with feelings. Okay. Also, with this card, heartstrings, someone could be pulling at your heartstrings, getting you a little emotional, getting you into your feels. We have soulmates here. Definitely your week is surrounding some type of soulmate connection. Soulmates can be friends, family, and of course, a lover. Okay. So it talks about the one, deep love, a spiritual connection, and a life partner that you'll be coming across this week. This could be for those of you in a new situation. If you're single, this could be a soulmate coming back around. Someone who's meant to be in your life definitely is going to be making an appearance this week towards you. All right. We also have on the bottom of the deck, we have drama. And we also have tether. Okay. So this could be someone that you've had some type of drama with, someone that you feel like creates problems, someone who could be a little thirsty for attention, maybe someone who's overreacting or acts like a drama queen. And you have tether here. So intuitively, you and this person have been telepathically sending messages to each other, but possibly not speaking. But that could be changing this week of May. All right. On the bottom of this deck, we have the Seven of Wands. So, with this person, this could be them, or this could be you, or this could be both of you mutually. There's been this energy of having to really defend yourself or defend themselves. Okay. There's this energy of having to overly prove yourself to each other. There also could be an energy of like people pitting you guys against each other. All right. So, there could be an audience here kind of like the Hunger Games who likes to see people battle. All right. So this could also be a situation that's not really a you or them problem. It could be others involved, kind of pitting you guys against each other. Could be a third party involved, someone that you guys could be involved in some type of joint drama because of that person or that situation or that group of people. But for the most part, this feels like having to prove yourself and having to overly defend yourself in some type of drama. We have the Four of Pentacles here. I feel like there's definitely been some grudge holding between you and this person. All right. So that could also pinpoint who they are. And we have the Death card. All right. So this situation is evolving and moving into the next phase. It's evolving into the next phase. With that Death card, for that evolvement to happen, for a rebirth to happen, things have to end. So there could have been a sudden ending or there could have been a temporary ending between you and this person. But I do see that you guys could be coming back together this week. All right. So first card we have here is the Hangman. This is the energy of feeling stuck, like not knowing what the solution could be. All right. I don't know what the solution could be to move forward, to move past the situation. I'm feeling stuck. I'm not feeling confident about this situation. There also could be a change in perspective that someone needs to take. So, this person, Scorpio, they may need to change their mindset or their perspective about something to be able to move forward with you. And that could be happening this week. They could be getting some type of enlightenment that is kind of like changing their stance in a certain situation between you two. Okay. Maybe they're starting to see things from your side of or your point of view and wanting to take action on that. Clarify the Hangman. Who is this person? Tell me about the Hangman energy. All right, we have the Emperor. So this is someone who's very large and in charge. This could be a masculine. This could be a father figure. This could be someone who really holds a big deal of authority or leadership in their life and other people's lives. This could be someone who I feel like this is someone who wants to take accountability or responsibility. So this could be their current energy of wanting to just take responsibility for their role or the part that they played in this drama. All right. With that Emperor too, someone who's very, very serious. I don't know what that's about, but this could be a very serious personality. Like this person seldomly cracks a smile. They don't really have much to laugh at. Okay. All right. With the Emperor. All right. But I do feel like this person likes to be the authority. So there could be some type of drama surrounding that. You know, maybe you're starting to take more leadership as well. And this person may feel like they're not used to that. Okay. So, Emperor, there's also going to be someone who's a little controlling with the Emperor energy as well. All right. Let's see what else is here with the Hangman. All right, Ace of Cups. I do see a revival of some type of emotional bond, or you and this person could have a fresh start emotionally or romantically. Okay, so they are offering you a cup, this Ace of Cups. They also could be offering some type of healing moment or healing and rejuvenating the connection to start fresh. All right, what else can you tell me here? So there's some type of peace offering that's coming towards you this week. We have the Five of Pentacles. Someone could have been feeling very left out in the cold. This person could have felt like they got the cold shoulder. They could have felt alienated. They could have felt overlooked or undervalued. Okay. Now, this could be with you, Scorpio, but this also could be something outside of you. This could be maybe in their career, at their workplace. This could be within their family dynamic. This could be in their own relationship. Okay. This person has just been feeling deeply undervalued. They also have been keeping a really close eye on you. Okay. Five of Pentacles is here. Now, with this person, we do have the Four of Wands. So there could be some type of event or party that they could be extending an invitation out, or they may ask you to be their plus one. This could also be someone that you live with or that you're creating some type of stability or foundation with. This could be someone that you're in a relationship with. Okay. It definitely feels like you guys are going to have something to celebrate this week. So look out for that. Tell me about the Four of Wands. What is the Four of Wands? All right, death card. So this is kind of like, I don't know, this type of, okay, so death card. If you live with someone, there could be end of drama in the household. If you've been having a lot of drama or butting heads with someone, it could be the end of that chapter. Also, this peace offering that someone's extending or this invitation is also to end or conclude some type of drama between you two. Okay, so death card is here. I also feel like this person is evolving maybe right before your eyes as they're changing their perspective on things. Let's see what else is here. Yeah, Four of Cups as well. I feel like this person too, with the Four of Cups, this could be boredom. So, someone, if you have not been speaking to someone, someone could be definitely really bored without you. This is also someone who feels unfulfilled by something, unfulfilled by their relationship, unfulfilled in their life, unfulfilled by their career, unfulfilled in their finances. Okay. So, someone could have been feeling deeply unfulfilled, maybe soul searching with the Four of Cups. There is this, Four of Cups also could talk about you, Scorpio, like not wanting to take this peace offering, not wanting to have this restart in this connection. Okay. Kind of feeling like you want to reject this person. All right. So you do have that energy. You may still be holding a grudge here, or this person could still be holding a grudge depending on who's offering what. What can you tell me about the Four of Wands? All right. We have convened. So, regardless, there's some type of conversation that's happening this week. Okay. So after hearing this person out and seeing what's going on and maybe seeing their perspective, their mindset shift, then I feel like you can make a decision whether you want to move forward with this person or if it's still going to be stuck or stagnant. Okay. So there's definitely a conversation that needs to be had this week. What's your advice? Give me some advice for Scorpio. All right, the Chariot. The Chariot is about moving forward and moving on, okay? It's kind of like a card of like not letting small things interfere with your progress, your growth. Also, Chariot could be telling you to focus on staying motivated and moving towards the success of your goals or even your career. Okay, so that's another thing. But Chariot's all about moving forward. Chariot also, okay, Chariot also is like taking control. So maybe you need to take control of the situation or take control of the conversation. It does feel like this person is used to being in control. And maybe, it's time for them to pass the torch and let you take a chance at it. Because it feels like you're really good at this or you have success with doing this. So, Chariot energy. Is there anything else you need to know? All right. Yeah. I see that if this is a masculine that you're dealing with, you guys are going to have a really really deep conversation soon with the living room. I feel like you guys are going to be in the same place at the same time. You guys could be in the same room having this conversation. Something needs to happen face to face. All right? Main character, masculine, and also living room. All right, Scorpio, that's what I have for you for this week ahead. Hi, Sag. This is all about your week ahead. All right. So let's talk about the messages that came out for you. First card we have here is gossip. All right. So there could be some gossip going on around you. Someone could be spreading rumors. There could be a petty conversation about you. Someone could be smearing your image or making you look like the fool. Not so good. Okay. And we also have bottled up here. All right. So there could be some type of illusions. Someone could be keeping things inside, not opening up, or there could be a little bit of deception. Maybe you're not opening up to certain people at this time, and there could be someone that you're not opening up to that's coming up with some type of narrative about you. There also could be an energy of someone who feels bothered by this, but they're not coming to your face about it. They're not saying anything to your face. They rather maybe talk to other people about this. Because you're not opening up, there could be a lot of illusions about why you're not opening up versus what the reality or the truth is for you. And obviously, someone could be misinterpreting and spreading that around. Okay. So, not such a good energy, but obviously, it's coming out so that you could be aware. Also, bottom of the deck here, we have coffee date. So there could be some type of invitation to meet up or to even speak or discuss something between you and this person. This person who's been speaking about you may ask to hang out with you or may ask to speak to you face to face. Okay, coffee date is here. And we have emotions here. So this person may have a lot of emotions about the situation, about you. Maybe you have a lot of emotions. You and this person could be clashing at this time. All right. So it's interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. I see this deep interest of trying to prioritize yourself versus other things. So if you've been prioritizing other people or situations that really have nothing to do with you, and you're wanting to have more of a deeper focus on yourself and your goals right now, I do see you doing that this week. You also could be trying to get things situated financially or even in your career. So if you have procrastinated, if you haven't gotten certain things done that have had deadlines, you could be really taking this week to own into that and make sure that those things get done. If you've been procrastinating, you could be catching up on the things that you need to get done. Also, when it comes to your money, you could be trying to balance out your finances right now with the Two of Pentacles. You also could be very busy because you could be picking up a new skill, interest, hobby, or even job. Okay. Two of Pentacles is here. Feels like somebody has been watching you as you're doing this. All right. But it feels like this person has the story or the situation mixed up or the wrong information. Page of Swords could be someone watching you from behind the scenes, trying to gain information. This also could be someone gossiping. All right. Page of Swords. I also feel like this person has been trying to come off as generous. So this could be someone who's trying to offer you some type of gift, or maybe they're trying to offer you some money, or they could be trying to be very generous with their time. But if you're in that Two of Pentacles, you're kind of like not prioritizing that right now. Or you may be a Sag that's not necessarily looking for handouts. Okay. especially if it's coming from someone who's been gossiping. So the cards coming out for you this week is the King of Wands. And you also have the Nine of Wands. All right. So this is all about pushing past adversity. Nine of Wands could feel like when you're feeling very burnt out, when you could feel overwhelmed, fed up by something, exhausted. When you're just feeling maybe even exhausted with a narrative that's going on about you. With that King of Wands, it's telling you to push past that, keep going. You also may have a lot of energy this week, so you may be very motivated or determined to get things done. And no matter what's being said about you behind your back, you're still going to be making incredible strides this week, even if you are on the brink of burnout or if you're feeling really exhausted with a circumstance, a situation. I see that you're going to be pushing past that. You're definitely not taking no for an answer with that King of Wands. You're trying to get some type of goal here. So you're chasing that goal. All right. So let's see what's going on with that. Now, King of Wands, Nine of Wands can also be someone chasing you. So this could be maybe family, friendship, or love. Someone could be chasing you to no end. And because you are not complying or you're not giving them the time or the attention, there's an energy of being fed up with that. So that's also where the gossip could be coming from. Think about the King of Wands. All right, the Moon. All right, so you could have been sitting in a lot of confusion, maybe about your next steps or how to attain a certain goal or how to get what you want in a situation. You could feel like you lack clarity, you lack the answers. This also could have been making you very insecure about if you were going to be able to complete or achieve a certain goal. There could also be a deep sadness that roots from that with the moon, okay? But the good thing with the moon and the King of Wands is that even if you are a little confused right now or even a little sad about the situation, you're still pushing past that. And the only way to get out of the moon is to take action. And that's what the King of Wands is all about. So you are not allowing your doubts or your fears to bog you down. You're still kind of like showing up and showing out this week, okay? Let's see what else is here. Also, someone could be confused about why they're chased. Like, okay, someone could be confused as they're putting in a lot of effort to chase you while you're not biting the hook. All right. So someone's a little confused why their efforts are not working with you. I'm seeing Seven of Pentacles is here. This person may feel like they've been very patient to get your attention. And it's just not working. They're feeling confused about that. Usually, when this person puts in this amount of effort towards other things, they're able to get it. All right. So someone could be a little slighted because of this. There could be some insecurities because of this. Now, as far as you for this week, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So you've been very, very patient for some type of change to achieve something. Okay. And you're just waiting for your garden to sprout. And maybe that's really what you're just focused on right now. And that's where your priority is at. All right. Anything else Sag needs to know about the King of Wands? Okay, we have marriage here. All right, marriage could be contract. So, all about contracts, like, this could be contracts when it comes to what you're trying to accomplish. You may have a contract with the universe. You prayed about something, you wish for something, you manifesting something. You're trying to keep up that end of the contract by getting your priorities in order so that you can hold that manifestation. Also, with marriage being here, this does give like life partner. This does give soulmate type of energy. There's someone here who just doesn't understand why they're not getting your time or attention. They keep chasing and chasing and they feel like it's to no avail. Okay. So someone could be a little upset about that. They could be speaking about this behind the scenes. Now we have the Nine of Wands. So something is hitting ahead this week. Feels like you're not going to take something anymore. You're not going to take someone's mess or you're not going to take someone's gossip anymore. Someone could also be getting fed up. Maybe this is why they're like, I need to speak to you face to face. What's the Nine of Wands? All right, Queen of Cups. I feel like someone here has deep feelings or emotions for you. They're getting fed up, maybe waiting. They feel like they're growing impatient. So someone may really want to start something up. Someone may feel very inspired or even motivated to make some type of direct action. It feels a little impulsive, right? So it feels like someone wants to see you right away, but it feels very, very impulsive. Knight of Wands. What else is here? All right, Nine of Pentacles. This is you moving into a place of abundance. So you even getting your priorities together is allowing for more abundance to fuel into your life. You could be becoming more wise, more mature. All right. It feels like someone's coming towards you impulsively, which feels a little immature. It also feels like you have found comfortability in your independence, and maybe someone's going to be bringing this to the forefront. Like, why didn't you call me back? Why didn't you text me back? Why didn't you show up to this event? Why didn't you come over? Okay. So it feels like you're getting questioned here. And it feels like you may have to be on the defense, right? There's some type of group conversation. There's a conversation that's held with more than one person. So it doesn't feel like a one on one. Maybe someone feels like they need backup, okay? And someone's going to be expressing their disappointment and maybe how they feel towards you, something that disappointed them about you that's been keeping them in their head. So if you do end up having a conversation with this person, it feels like there may be another person around, like they need a mediator. Now be careful because this could be the person they were gossiping about you too, okay? So just saying. All right, anything else that Sag needs to know about this? House, yes. This is happening very near and dear. This is happening this week with the house card. Also feels like you guys are going to get very situated. So there's going to be some type of outcome that's going to get you guys back into a good place, or I don't know, making this connection feel more safe because something has not felt safe for a while, especially with gossip and bottled up. All right. So you guys are definitely getting some straightening this week in this conversation with the house. What is Sagittarius's advice? Hermit. Okay. If you have this conversation and you need to retreat after this conversation, don't feel inclined that you have to stick around or keep up consistent communication, consistent showing up. Have say what you need to say and then retreat. It feels like right now, Sag, you're prioritizing something different. You're chasing something different, and that may need a lot of your attention. That may need you to have some type of structure with that. So if you need to retreat or go within after speaking, or even if you don't want to have the conversation, this week is not the week. Don't feel bad about being in hermit. All right. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. Hi, Cappy. Let's talk all about your week ahead. So, first card we have out here for you is Muse. So, you definitely could be someone's muse at this time. Someone could feel deeply inspired by you. There's someone here who could be listening to music and they feel like the music is talking to them about you. All right. This talks about an emotional bond that someone has to you, and also song lyrics as well that could be coming to surface that kind of bring this connection to the forefront, like lyrics that make this person think it's about you. So could be getting a lot of messages through music this week. We also have children here. All right, could be talking about someone who has children, could be talking about someone who has this level of innocence or could be a little naive, someone who could be a little immature. All right, someone that you know from your childhood, even with the children card. So that was interesting. All right, bottom of the deck, we have Pursuit. And we also have extreme. Oh my goodness. So we have extreme, which is harshness, extreme cutoff, and erratic decisions. Oh my goodness. And we also have pursuit. So someone could be chasing, being very persistent, hunting you down, or resilient after maybe being cut off. Oh Lord. Okay. All right, what's on the bottom of the deck for Cappy this week? We have the Ten of Swords. So definitely a harsh cutoff. Someone got cut off in a very devastating way. It feels like this person, it took them by shock. This could be like, even if you didn't cut this person off per se, Capricorn, this could be like maybe you like ended up skipping town, right? Like maybe you moved out of the community. This could be like a neighbor who has this deep affinity for you. And then all of a sudden you moved out and they no longer see you ever again, right? So they could be hunting you down on Facebook or social media. I don't know. Or this could be like maybe you're changing departments, you're changing companies, you're moving. So either you really directly cut this person off, or maybe, you know, this person got cut off from access from you by some other circumstances. Because it feels like the tower. So it feels like for this person, it was deeply unexpected and they don't know how to deal. All right. Their whole world came crashing down when it came to this Ten of Swords. What else do we have here? We have the Magician. All right. So with the Magician, this person definitely has you as part of their wish fulfillment or their manifestations. They could be manifesting you back. We have the Three of Wands. So this is someone who's hoping, wishing, you know, sometime soon that you will return or that they will run into you. Three of Wands. Oh my goodness. Okay. Three of Wands also gives navigation. So someone could be looking into ways to navigate, maybe coming back into your good graces, or they could be looking for ways to navigate how to find you again. It's interesting. All right. So that's what we have. Now we do have the devil. So that extreme energy is definitely coming out with the devil. The devil talks about deep intensity. So when this person met you, when you came around, when they saw you for the first time, even being in a connection with you was very intense for them. This could have driven them to obsession or deep infatuation. Sexually, if you had sexual relations with this person, they could feel like that's some type of sex that they'll never forget. All right, sorry. Devil also could be you cut this situation off because it became deeply toxic for you. It became too intoxicating where you just felt like you did not want to deal with this anymore. All right, the devil. Maybe you felt like someone was too obsessed and you're like, I can't deal with that. And so you cut them off. All right. So there was some type of red flag associated to this person for sure. Tell me about the devil. Clarify the devil here. I don't know why I'm getting like sacrificial lamb or scapegoat. So this could also be a situation where someone made you the scapegoat for their own issues or problems, or they made you the sacrificial lamb. Okay. So you're just not dealing with this person. See what's going on here. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is an energy where someone is deeply concentrated and focused on your energy. They could be putting in a lot of effort to communicate with you, maybe putting in a lot of effort to find you, a lot of effort to get close to you again. All right. You are this person's main focus at this time. All right. Eight of Pentacles. This is someone who's so well practiced that they kind of become a master at something. All right. So I don't know if this person did make you a scapegoat. They have done this to many people before with the Eight of Pentacles. Hmm. Definitely watching you. Definitely watching you or trying to gain information about you. Page of Swords. Or maybe you're doing this. All right, let's see what else is here. We have the Strength card, okay? This is someone who I feel like boundaries, they cross boundaries. Okay. So this person could have crossed some type of boundary that you set in place for them with that strength card. With that devil, it feels like it's a strength card in reverse. It feels like this is someone who lacks discipline or self control around you or situations pertaining to you. Okay. There's also going to be someone who comes off as very brave or courageous, but they could be really cowardly. All right. With that devil. Oh my God. Okay. All right. What else can you tell me about this? Tell me about the devil. All right, this could be someone who does well for themselves career-wise or financially. We do have the rich gent here. Rich gent. Okay, so someone who does really well for themselves, someone who makes a lot of money, someone who has a lot of money, someone who has a very abundant streak when it comes to their finances, when it comes to their materials, okay, when it comes to maybe their career. All right. And we also have expectation here. So this person had a certain expectation of how they were going to move with you, the outcome they were going to have with you, maybe the kind of connection that you guys were going to have. And I feel like with that tower, this totally dismantled their expectations. Okay. Things took a turn where they weren't expecting that outcome. They weren't expecting you to get away. They weren't expecting you maybe to reject them. All right. So expectation, definitely someone who's a little entitled with the rich gent and expectation and the devil. It feels like this person wants to pursue you romantically or even in friendship or some type of emotional bond. All right, could even be a family member. Someone's actively trying to pursue you here with the Knight of Cups. They have deep feelings for you with that Knight of Cups. All right, tell me about the Knight of Cups here. Could have been someone that you dated. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles is here. You're standing in your independence away from this person. You feel more abundant doing so with that Nine of Pentacles. You feel like you may be too wise or mature to deal with this person. Again, with the children card, it talks about them being a little immature here. All right, so Nine of Pentacles here. What else is here? It's like you're not looking to be friends or to date this person. You have moved forward from that. And this person could be looking for reconciliation, Six of Cups. All right. They're feeling more inspired than ever this week. All right. So there could be some type of action that this person takes towards you. What else can you tell me with the Knight of Cups? If you are not wanting to deal with this person anymore, like you know that that door is closed, this obsession and this drive to talk to you, to resurface, to reconcile, to find you is short. It's temporary. So I feel like by the end of May this person will move forward. Okay, so if you're really done with this and you almost feel like this person could be harassing or you're wanting to move forward from this, by the end of May they will be over it or they will let that go. Okay, short illness is here. And again, I feel like this person has a lot of focus. They're trying to put in a lot of effort to reconcile. All right, we have work here. Could even be a work situation for some of you. But I feel like this is temporary, that this person is going to lose steam or stamina towards trying to foster something with you by the end of May. Okay, so this is temporary. What's your advice here? Queen of Swords, stand your ground, okay? And keep your boundaries at bay as well. So, with that Queen of Swords, you have made a decision already to cut this energy off, to cut this person off. So, stand your ground with that. Do not allow this person to make you recant or rethink your decision. Okay. So, Queen of Swords, continue to stay detached from this energy. It feels kind of toxic anyway. You also have a very, very beautiful new beginning or victory or success moving forward from the situation. So, if you need to leave this person in the cold, then do that. Don't allow this person to make you feel bad about the decision or the boundaries that you set. Okay. What is this person's actions towards Cappy this week? What can Capricorn expect this person's next actions to be this week? All right, 10 of Wands. Just, Lord. 10 of Wands could be like putting the pressure on you. Maybe this person is putting the pressure on you to respond, to see them, to call them back, to answer their call. 10 of Wands also is the energy of feeling very burdened. Okay, so this person may feel very stressed out about the position that they afforded themselves in the situation with you. Um, 10 of Wands could be a little weird too because if this person is in a position where they could have like maybe a high ranking, a high role, or they have a lot of money, they could be putting the pressure on others to try to move things forward, like pressuring their friends, pressuring their family to reach out. Okay. So 10 of Wands, really making a fool of themselves. So just look out for that and make sure to keep your boundaries, even if this person sends other people your way, not allowing that to change your decision. You made that decision for a reason. All right. That's what I have for you, Cappy. Hi, Aqua. Let's talk about your week ahead. All right, guys. So you have the card of foresight. Okay. So I feel like you could be foreshadowing something. You could be using your intuitive or psychic abilities and something is coming to you. You could be having a that so raven moment where you know that something is up ahead. So this talks about something that's happening in the future, something that could be happening in a few days, 2 weeks. We see that it's going to be happening this week. Okay. Something that could be happening in a few months. So maybe something also has repetition, like it happens this week, and then it also may happen in a few months. And also, it's like you looking forward. You're trying to make a decision here. You could be at a crossroads with a certain situation. All right. So, what else do we have here? We have jealousy. So, this has something to do with a jealousy type of situation or dynamic. This talks about rumors or pettiness or someone who's being envious, someone who also could be talking behind your back. All right. So you could already feel this energy and you could just be waiting for shit to hit the fan. Let's see what else we have here for you. All right. Bottom of the deck. Hold on 1 second. Oh, can't pick it up. All right. So, bottom of the deck, we have trapped. And we also have conflict. Okay. So when this hits the fan this week, you may feel trapped or stuck. You may feel locked down. There's energy of a mental prison. Now, this may not even be you. This could be someone else who feels like they're in a mental prison, someone who suffers from anxiety, someone who suffers from negative feelings, negative thought processes. All right. So trapped is here. We also have conflict. So there could be some type of conflict where you and someone may clash. You guys could have some differences. You guys could have a moment of incompatibility or just not seeing eye to eye. Irreconcilable. There also could be something that's happening that could be irreconcilable. 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 That cannot be reconciled. Also, there could be something happening that you may feel like cannot be reconciled just based off of someone's actions. Okay. So this is a little interesting, but we're going to see what's going on here. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Wands. Okay. This can talk about rage, especially concerning the situation. There could be an energy of something being hot and cold. So I always think of the Ace of Wands like a match, and when you light a match, it's going to be burn really hot for a few seconds and then it's going to go, it's going to go out. So there can be someone acting hot and cold. I'm also getting like mood swings. Okay. Someone could have a little bit of a mood swing. Something could be really good 1 second, then really bad the next second. It feels like someone's a little fired up or motivated to get something off their chest. Okay. With that Ace of Wands, we have the Five of Pentacles here and the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords. Okay. This is someone, it's like, okay, Eight of Wands as well. This is someone that they process information really quickly. Like, this is someone who may get information or something may transpire in front of them. Instead of taking some time to sit on it, to really think it over, they act really quickly with that Eight of Wands. Okay. And it also feels like this is someone who gets easily triggered. All right, with the Five of Swords. We also have the Five of Pentacles. So this could be someone who feels very alone, could be someone who feels overlooked, undervalued, alienated. They may feel like there's a cold shoulder. All right, even if you're having an issue with someone, if you give them the cold shoulder, maybe in the midst of a argument, they may take it very deeply. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. Now, let's talk about the cards that came out for you, Aquarius. We have the Ten of Swords here. And we also have the King of Wands. All right. So there's someone here who I feel like they brush past their trauma. Okay. So there's someone here who has trauma, goes through things, or went through some type of really deep devastation in their life, but they haven't really properly sat with that energy. Okay. This feels like someone who may really need to do a deep dive, shadow work type of energy, a dark night of the soul. But with that King of Wands, this is someone who just brushed past their hurts, their disappointments, their devastation, maybe a really hard time in their life. And they get very easily triggered. Okay. So King of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Clarify the Ten of Swords. Clarify the Ten of Swords here. All right, Three of Pentacles, some type of dynamic. Okay, this could have been like a career dynamic that could have been very devastating for this person. This could have been like people in their life that they considered a partner, or people in their life that kind of helped their world go round. Okay, so I don't know what that means. Like, like, I don't know how to say this. Like, say someone grew up with someone and like a best friend, and then that best friend moved away. That would change how their world goes around, because maybe this person was a big role. They played a big part in their life. Like, they played a big part in their life, like who they hung out with and who they walked to the school bus with, and who they hung out with on the weekends. So there's some type of deep change in this person's dynamic. Definitely has something to do with their productivity that took a massive hit. Okay. And it's also going to be with their work, whatever they do for work or how they make money. There definitely is an energy here with that. It also feels like someone shutting down, as you and them could be working together. So you guys could be working together. Maybe this is even a co-parenting situation, or this could be like you're working together to build something, to do something. You guys could be driving together. One person's going to drive half the way, the other person's going to drive. Someone's like shutting down. Okay, let's see why. What's going on here? You could be collaborating with someone. You guys are both putting in an effort to do something. Someone shuts down when it's time for them to do their part. I don't know why, though. Let's see. Seven of Cups. Okay. All right. All right. Seven of Cups could be wish fulfillment. So, because the card of jealousy is here, there could be something that's happening for you at this time, Aqua, that's not happening for this person. It could be something to do with career or work. It also could be something to do with like progress, like their life's progress. Okay. They may feel like they're not having progress in their life. They may feel like they're not moving towards their goals being fulfilled or a wish being fulfilled. There's this energy also of fantasy and not reality. So someone could be having some type of illusion that they're believing in, something that their head is telling them that is the truth that may not be rooted in reality. Could also be happening while someone's inebriated, because the Seven of Cups can talk about being dazed. So this also could be happening when someone's not in their right mind. There also could be some type of argument about options. So if you're dating this person, or if you're married to this person, they could be bringing up maybe people who are interested in you, or maybe people that you're interested in, especially if you're just dating. You may have other options. Okay. Seven of Cups. All right. Let's see what else is here. It has something to do with wish fulfillment. Like, someone may feel like they're not getting their Wheel of Fortune moment. They're not getting lucky in life. They're not getting wish fulfillment. Let's see. All right, we have theft here, right? So someone may feel like certain blessings have been stolen from them, or they just may feel deeply unlucky right now with the death card, okay? Someone also, if you're in a romantic connection with this person, they may feel like someone can snatch you up, and that could be bringing a lot of jealous, insecurities coming to the forefront. All right. Tell me about the King of Wands. This person's response to these things is to brush past it instead of sitting with it and trying to figure things out. They kind of try to brush past it and be like, no, I'm fine. All right, what's the King of Wands? Three of Cups. This person could be on the go after this argument. So, what you may see with this person is like you guys may have some type of conflict and then they just immediately go out, okay? Instead of sitting with their thoughts, reflecting on the conflict or the argument, they may immediately go try to distract themselves, especially with the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of distraction from this person's traumas, okay? Whenever they feel triggered by their trauma, they kind of go and distract themselves. Seven of Cups and the Three of Cups. All right. So this person could be chasing, going and hanging out with their friends, some type of party scene. They may be chasing things that are fun to escape how they feel or even the conflict that you guys may be having. All right. What else is here? That's how you'll know who this person is. Okay, the Three of Cups. Their first go to is to go kind of party or go have fun or to try to ignore the problem at hand. We also have the Queen of Swords here. So on top of that, what makes this kind of dangerous for this person, not necessarily you, is that this person's not receptive to trying to figure things out. They want to kind of brush past it. Okay. And I feel like this person really acts on their impulses when they get some type of download, whether it's true or not, they act on it and then they move forward from it, instead of trying to revisit that, seeing if that was the right action or the right decision. We have the Seven of Swords here as well. So this person may have really strong trust issues that could be coming to the surface. All right, let's see. Anything else? Will you and this person resolve it? Will Aquarius and this person resolve the conflict? Let's see. All right, Knight of Wands, which, yes, you guys will resolve it, but it's a in and out energy. It's a hot and cold energy. It's like we resolve it, but we didn't really spend a lot of time to dig deep and try to really resolve it. We kind of brush past things. And then it could happen again because there's an impulsive energy. Like this is someone's go-to react. Okay. So I feel like, again, with the foresight, this is something that could be happening this week, but it also could be repetitive and it needs to be nipped in the bud. Okay. Definitely needs to be nipped in the bud here. Anything else here with the King of Wands? Yeah, we have masculine energy. So this could be a masculine. All right. Definitely could be another masculine or a masculine period. This person could be going through a journey right now. They're trying to find where they're going to get reward and recognition in their life, okay? And maybe they're deeply triggered by that subject, okay? And especially if you're getting a lot of recognition right now, Aquarius, it could trigger this person. I mean, is that your problem? No, but it is what it is. What's Aquarius's advice? What's Aquarius's advice with this situation? Three of Wands. Okay. Um First of all, this is the same card as this card. These mean the same thing. All right. Three of Wands is when you know that something is coming. Okay. So that's you definitely also Three of Wands is like, how do you want to navigate this? If this was to hit the fan again, is that another, situation that you want to go through? So maybe before this happens again or repeats itself like a cycle, it's about navigating this, how to nip this in the bud, how to put this to rest. If this person is important enough to having your life, if they're not, then it's kind of like steering clear from this energy. All right. So your foresight is like, this won't be the last time. If someone needs to deal with their jealousy, say this is a friend and they need to deal with their jealousy, maybe this is not a friend that you're meant to have. Now, if this is someone that is like by blood, or maybe this is like your husband, your wife, how can we navigate this so that this doesn't hit a head again? All right. That's going to be something that needs to be dealt with. Three of Wands. All right, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. That's your week ahead. Hi, Pisces. All right, let's talk about your week ahead. We have two cards here. First card we have is Tether. Okay, so lots of subconscious messages between you and another person. Could be telepathically that you guys are communicating with each other, intuitively communicating with each other. This makes me think that there could be some type of separation or no contact, or just maybe even like a little pause in communication. This is something that you could be following your intuition with a certain situation or how to navigate a situation. You could be getting a lot of messages through your dreams. Okay, so pay attention to your dreams at night. And heart songs is here. Could be listening to a lot of romantic music or love songs, but definitely there could be some messages coming towards you about someone else in music, or this is happening for someone else towards you. We also have completely done here. So a situation could be hitting ahead where you may feel like you are completely done. You could be moving on. You could be ending a cycle. You feel like you have learned a lesson that you're not willing to repeat, and things could be coming full circle for you. All right. So completely done is here. Bottom of the deck, we have decision. Okay, maybe you're trying to make a decision if you're going to be completely done. So you may not have made your decision as of yet. You could still be teetering on should I or should I not. We have wrong reasons here, contemplating, staying or leaving, and feeling uncertain. We also have blind. So you may feel like you don't have the full truth or the answers or the clarity or the conversations to make the best decision. You could be hoping to have some type of closure or communication so that you can make the best decision. All right, so blind talks about searching for answers, blinded to the truth, watching you online. Someone definitely could be watching you online. When I was shuffling this deck, I got what was it? I forget what card it was. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, because I think it's important. When I was shuffling, one card wanted to come out. Here it was. Sneaky. So someone definitely could be watching you from a fake profile. Someone could be hiding from you but watching you. Someone could be watching you from behind the scenes or even on social media. So this card wanted to come out, okay? So we have blind. So someone's watching you. They also want to know how you feel, but I feel like this person's not necessarily communicating, which is like how are you going to know how I feel? You don't want to communicate. Another card here that's interesting. You and this person definitely were supposed to be going the long route, or still could be, okay? We have anchor here and only you. So this is someone that was really supposed to have some type of long-standing spot in your life, okay? But we'll see what's going on, right? It's kind of like on the cusp. Like, is it done or is it not done? All right, so bottom of the deck for you, Pisces, we have the Hierophant. Again, this could be a connection that is leading to marriage, that you could be having a little blip right now that you and this person need to figure that out. This could be, this could be also like, I feel like there could be some conflict, obviously, but there also could be conflict around structure. Okay, so structure. So, like structure within a household. Are we going to move in together? Structure within commitment. Are we going to get married? Or even wanting to start a family and having structure for that. This could be structure around someone's finances. Okay. So there is definitely some type of energy that's kind of like left on red. That's what I'm getting. Left on red, or like we haven't really gotten to the bottom of this. The Hierophant, a higher level of commitment, marriage, or even structure to moving to that next level. I have the Queen of Cups here. So we do have a feminine here who's very receptive, could have deep emotions, have a lot of love for this person, and very receptive, like wanting to get to the bottom of things, wanting to hear someone out. Okay, so someone is not completely shut out as of yet. We have the Five of Wands. So it feels like this is why it doesn't feel like it's completely done. This is why this kind of feels like the worst case scenario, because Five of Wands is obviously you and this person not seeing eye to eye, but it's so petty. It's so little. It's like it would be a damn shame if something was to end over something so petty, right? Five of Wands as well, what you may not be seeing behind the scenes, someone could be getting riled up to making things right or communicating. Okay, Five of Wands is like when you don't want to do something, but something is triggering you or riling you up to do that thing. All right. So I do see that happening here. Now, first card coming out, Pisces, is the Seven of Swords. So someone is trying to be very strategic about how they go about things here. Someone could really struggle with trusting people. But what I always know about that Seven of Swords is as you are struggling to trust someone, you're the one who looks sneaky because you're moving around in the shadows. You got your trench coat on in the crowd. You kind of look scary. Like, we don't know what you're about to pull, but this is the person who's afraid to trust people. So someone's giving off the wrong impression just based off of their trust issues. And I feel like whoever this is definitely wants to pursue you or continue pursuing you romantically, friendship, family. They definitely have deep love for you as well. But someone is just not acting like it. They could be hiding their emotions. They could be playing it safe, okay, with that Seven of Swords. So let's clarify the Seven of Swords. Tell me about the Seven of Swords for Pisces and what they can expect. This could also be someone playing down their emotions for you in front of other people. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. There's something surrounding a family here because look at these two foxes. So I think about family energy, okay? Because a fox is always going to, ride for their family. They're going to make sure that their family is provided for. So again, there could be something about structuring a family. Also, with the fox, both of you guys are playing it very safe or very strategic against each other right now. Okay. It could be hard to trust each other's intentions. Even if you have the best intentions, Pisces, this person doesn't necessarily trust that. Even if they have the best intentions, the way that they've been moving kind of makes you raise a red flag. All right. So, what's the Seven of Swords? Nine of Cups. And what else? I do feel like someone is this week is going to be moving selfishly, okay? Someone's kind of moving a little self-indulgent with the Nine of Cups. I definitely see that here. Someone could be drinking a little bit more this week as well with the Nine of Cups. All right, I always think of the Nine of Cups like bartender energy. So this is like this person don't even have to be at a bar. They're gonna pour themselves a drink. Okay. So Nine of Cups is here. Someone could be eating a lot. There's like stress eating also happening as well. All right. Someone could be very anxious about the world, something being completely done, something being totally over between you two. Someone could be anxious about you closing out this cycle and leveling up, moving up, dating bigger and better. Okay. So um there's a lot of anxiety about that, but someone could be moving a little selfishly here with the Nine of Cups. What else can you tell me? Like all for self. It feels like someone's all for self this week. You could be this person's dream person with the Nine of Cups as well, especially with the world as well. That's like a level up. So if this is romantic, you definitely are a big level up from what this person has dealt with in the past. They know that. Okay. Tell me about the Seven of Swords here. Okay. We have marriage. You and this person could be entering some type of soul contract. You guys could be gearing up for marriage or maybe moving the next steps of your marriage. If you're already married to this person, there's something about like, are we going to be able to sustain this marriage and be on the same page? Okay. But there is some type of soul contract here. And it's like both of you are looking towards each other to see who's going to hold up their end of the bargain. All right. But no one's biting first. It's like, let me see what you're going to do. And then they're looking at you like, no, let me see what you're going to do. Okay. Marriage. There's a masculine that's been thinking heavily about this, or they will be this week, about what they need to do to show up for this connection, this relationship. All right. Tell me about the Knight of Cups, because it feels like this is a big contrast from the Seven of Swords. It's like someone is acting very shady, but they obviously have very deep emotions for you and they want to pursue this moving towards what's next. What's the Knight of Cups? Yeah, King of Wands. Someone could be chasing or wanting to chase this connection. All right. Someone could also want to be a leader in, moving forward, taking control of this connection. But it feels like someone is kind of like playing it very coy for right now. All right. What else do we have here? Six of Pentacles. Someone could be very deeply concerned on what they have to offer. Okay. Because they could be dealing with like, Empress, Emperor energy. So dealing with someone who's very abundant, dealing with someone who really holds a lot of responsibility, breadwinner energy, someone who's a leader in their own right. Okay. And so they could be concerned about that Six of Pentacles. Like, what do I have to offer? And is it enough? Six of Pentacles. I see someone is acting a little weird, but I do see that towards the end of the week, they're going to be very generous towards you and chasing you. Okay. So, how you guys start off the week is not how you end, but it's a little confusing. It's like, what is going on? It's like, okay, it's a little hot and cold or cold and hot. Yeah, masculine. What's going on with you? Okay. It's like someone is a little distant. Then they end up feeling bad because the person that they're dealing with is actually a good person. This is someone who stays at home, even if you're not returning their calls. They're not going to go and turn up with the girls, okay? And what is going on with this person? What's going on with them at this time? I'm missing the point. Okay, again, this person is deeply concerned about what they can bring to the table. Great fortune. This person could be deeply concerned about their finances, their career, okay? What part of me is abundant to match this person who's very abundant? And instead of maybe vocalizing this or, maybe thinking about it, coming up with a plan, they could be reacting in a negative way. Okay? So great fortune is here. What can Pisces expect from this person moving forward this week? What can they expect? What's the overall energy? Six of Cups, reconciliation. Also, this judgment as well, forgiveness, maybe second chances. This person feels ultimate comfort with you. They're very nostalgic about you. They will miss you even if they're taking time away. They will want to reconcile. Okay, so something is not over. There's actually a second chance or forgiveness. What's your advice? What is Pisces' advice dealing with this situation this week? All right, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, Eight of Cups is the energy of like asking yourself a question. Does this connection fulfill you emotionally? If you feel like it doesn't, then take your space, walk away. It could even be a temporary walk away. Create that distance. If you feel like your needs are not met emotionally, all right, there's something about that, especially with the Nine of Cups. You're someone who really needs your needs to be met emotionally. And if it is meeting your needs emotionally, then that's something that you need to maybe when this person does come and make things right, let them know because it feels like someone is so concerned about the material versus the emotional aspect. And if this person's super concerned about this and they're not allowing themselves to be in tune to the connection emotionally, then that's a problem. All right? So there's something about communication or even a conversation that needs to be had. All right? And that's what I have for you for this week, Pisces. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with me today for this all signs reading. I'm wishing all of you a very blessed and abundant week ahead. Also, comment down below and let me know what all sign reading topics would you like me to do next on this channel. I'll be reading those comments and I will be fulfilling that for you this week. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video before you go. Also, check out my website because I just released a new variety of readings, personal readings. So if you're interested in a personal reading from me, you definitely want to see what's new on there. The link will be in the description box down below. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great week. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.